Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. Ben's Brick Design. I'm Ben. Welcome to Thursday night. Thanks for being here. Hello. Hey, Stud. How's it going? Hello, Reese Matrix 17. How goes it? So tonight we are going to be working on. I'll just jump right into this. Noodle House. We're going to build Noodle House. Got the instructions ready to go. Got the keyboard kind of out of the way. Got the microphone kind of close by. Here's our set for tonight. And we'll get going. The creator sets are the best sets. As much as I am a Star Wars fan and an Ideas fan, by the way, cheers. This is what we're drinking tonight. October Rust. It's a Mars and Ale from the soon-to-be defunct Adelbert's Brewing. Pour some out. I think this is the last six-pack that my store had, and probably the last in Texas. So, yes, as much as I like all those other sets, the 3-in-1s are always a great collection of parts. They usually come with some figures for the city ones like this. But like the animal versions, the T-Rex and the lion and the, you know, all the different vehicles and the robots, they're just really good sets. They're a good price point. They're good gifts. They're good playability and replayability. They make for good drafts. You know, you can get this set for probably not much, and it'd be a pretty good draft for a lug. So I'm looking forward to cracking into it. 569 pieces, number 31131. If we run out of time on this one, I do have a couple other sets I can start. Just off of camera here, my desk is an absolute horror show because I've been building some mocks and I haven't really cleaned up from it yet. So yeah, let's get into it. This is one that I might like hang onto the box and then just put all the pieces back and see if I can resell it or something. I don't know how much I'll keep of this one. It's going to be a fun build, and I'll just have to see how many of these pieces I'd like to keep. There's some good colors in here. But there's some stickers. I probably won't put these stickers on, but we'll see. Some Chinese New Year by the look of it, or the signs right there, dragon. Menu items, the street sign, Creator Street. That's pretty cool. So we'll see how that rolls. This is 3 bags, so we may be able to get through this pretty quick. Just put the bags over here. And as always, these 3-in-1 sets come with 3 instruction books. So here's your main one. And then for the other 2, like if you wanted to do something else, like a smaller version of the noodle shop or a different version, it looks like a bicycle shop there that where you can get your bike fixed and stuff. So it'll be fun. So let's get rolling. I'm doing the instructions online, so I don't need these. All right. So, how's everybody's week going? I hope you have a good week. Got some big plans this weekend. I'm gonna plug a little bit here. Let's see if I can do this. So, logged in or not, yeah. So, the instructions for the Q-Tomb Stadium are done. Did it not come across? I guess not. I guess we'll see. There we go. I finally got those done earlier this week. I thought I spent some time. I need to go through and fix one of the things. I have a friend who's going through them. Somebody already bought a set of instructions, but it's out there now. It's the culmination of about, I wouldn't even say a year, maybe 10 months of work. There's video apparently, I forgot, of me starting this like 9 months ago or so. It says 11 months, but I didn't think it was even that far. Which meant I would have been designing this set before I had gone to my first game, which I didn't think I had yet. But it's done. It's pricey. Like the set itself, if you were just to buy all the pieces, it's about $600. But that's if like you just got it all at once from like one shop. The problem is not one shop has all the pieces, so you're gonna have to get them from different shops, which means you're probably gonna spend more. And I think it was up to like almost $2,000 at one point, which I realize is a lot, but you know, I wasn't really building it to be an inexpensive thing. I'm sure it can be done to make it smaller, or fewer pieces. I think the problem stems from it having like 1,500 green 1x1 plates in it as seats. You can take that out and do like green bricks instead and save you a little bit of money. I might go through and try to design that and see if that's an option. Some nice hair. Save some people some cash, because otherwise no one's going to want to spend $2,000 on a set. And part of the thing is, it's not, you know, mix it with like the parts that you already have. But the thing is, I don't think there's a lot of people who are going to want to buy that who have a lot of these parts. Like, I didn't source many of those parts. That's a lot from my own stash. So like the roof pieces I bought, some extra green 1x1s I bought. There's your purveyor. There's your cook, noodle shop cook with his hatchet. I think that's only the one face. Oh, he has a concerned face on the back with the hair in the way. I'm not really concerned, he's really happy or he's slightly happy. I like the sideburns on the side there. I like that hairpiece. So put him down there. Yeah, so there's that. I just messaged a friend, Mevitz Bricks, actually. He's part of the brick build Discord that a lot of the YouTubers and whatnot, streamers, are part of. And he's also got his own Bricklink shop, and he's out of San Antonio. And we've been talking to each other for a while. I'd really like to meet him in person, just because we've been chatting with each other for a bit. And he said that he's got a friend from the club who's building the stadium. And I have to find out if he means San Antonio FC or Austin FC. And then I've got a couple other people with Austin FC. What is going on here? That there. Oh, okay. Who said they're going to try to talk to some people with the building to see about getting it displayed at PointsBet, which is the bar at the stadium. I don't know how that's going to shake out, but we'll see. Ooh, interesting. Oh, I could have used this piece on my my mock the other day. Little register. I need to do a couple TikToks of that mock, since it's kind of Halloween time. It'd be kind of fun to have a costume shop video. And then I need to do one of the stadium too, kind of a fly around, Except I don't really have a good place to do that. I've got a big table that I cleared off over here, and I've got nice lights, but it's like I can't really get to that table except for on two sides and to kind of wander around it. It'd be nicer to have it like on something I could turn, a Lazy Susan or something. So still trying to figure that out. Or just put it here where it's all lit up and everything. Let's see what else is going on. Andor, I was out yesterday. Really good episode of that show. I'm really enjoying it. So this is going to be a lot of pieces that are kind of not important to each other, and there's probably going to be a lot left over. Because they're going to be able to, you're going to have to use them. What did I do wrong here? Oh. For the other two sets, so I'm sure they're going to mix them up and say, well, this piece isn't really important now. Like I don't know why there's a rail brick in there, but I guess we'll find out. Would love to talk to the designers. Oh, so news on the job. I did not make the second interview. My background wasn't what they were looking for in terms of product design, so did not get the job. So at least I got one interview out of it, and that was pretty cool, but that is it. So I stay in Texas. I stay at my current job. I continue to be a hobbyist, and that is that. I'm sure this time next year I'll get although I might not anymore, I don't know. Excuse me. A message on Instagram or Facebook asking if I want to be on Lego Masters. At which point I will say, you interviewed me once already, and nothing's changed since then, so. And your menu would go here. You know what? Let's put some stickers on. Why not? I'm not going to ruin a couple tiles by just putting a handful of stickers on. Let's just see how this plays out. Is this the one? Yeah. I can peel these off later. I'll keep the sticker sheet. It's only on one stud too, so it can be jaunty if you want. Yeah, I haven't just done a set of stickers in a while, so let's play a little bit. Oh, what else is going on? That's kind of the big news already. Just those couple things. No Lego job. Instructions for... I need to get those put on there. For the stadium's done. I was a little sad because I put... This is just me not thinking about it too much. I put it up on Rebrickable and then kind of did the thing where you see in the movies or TV show where somebody starts a website or a store or something. They go, all right, and we're open. And then they sit there and nothing happens. And you're like, well, I guess, nothing's going to happen instantly. So... Like, yep, I gotta go find something else to do now. Just get your mind off it. Go take that energy and go be productive somewhere. Or go watch a show or, just do anything else. Which is kind of a good rule of thumb for everything. I wish I had that kind of patience and practice and discipline when it comes to other things in life. You know, artistic endeavors or romantic relationships or work kind of thing. That's really cute. Just to be like, nope, don't think about it. Just let it happen and then go do something else for a little bit. Whatever's going to happen is not going to happen in these next 10 seconds. And you freaking out about it's not going to change anything. I don't think I've ever put a bike together in Lego. I have a couple bikes, but I don't know. I think that wheel's too big. Do we need a little wheel? Yeah, I need this little wheel. Why is this not going together? Jesus, I feel like I was gonna break that. Man, I feel like I'm gonna break this damn thing. So that's why I got our clips in there like that, 3-way clips. So yeah, a little sad that I didn't get a second interview, but honestly, I was freaking out a little bit. That's adorable. About leaving all my friends, making Beth leave her job that she just got. You know, figuring out how to live in a different country. So there was definitely anxiety, but I feel like I would have pushed through for the opportunity. So a little sad, but slightly relieved as well. Still pretty cool. And now back to just, you know, regular lug stuff. Oh, I need to go down further. But Austin FC is in the playoffs, and they won their first game against Real Salt Lake in penalty kicks. So that was cool, which means this Sunday evening they're playing against FC Dallas, and I'm not terribly confident that they'll win this game. I think it'll be a good match. I'm hoping it's a good match, but FC Dallas does have the series on us. Like we've played 5 games, and I think we've tied 3 and lost 2. So we'll see how that one goes. All right, so there's your neat little ice cream pedal bike. That's really cool. Doesn't go with this guy specifically, so I don't know what's going on there. Can we show it off at all somehow? Put the brick separator under it. Okay. All right. Let's get on with this. I know that. Oh, now I've forgotten his name. Over at Bricksmith, Julian is gunning for a spot on Lego Masters. So if you're out and about on the socials, make sure to tag him in his many posts about getting Lego Masters to get him on the show. I haven't met him in person, but I've been on some of his streams, and he is a good guy. His Pink Bucket Nation thing is a very good endeavor that he's been at for several years. I think it'd be a good fit for the show too. That's the thing, like I probably will get approached again to do it, but I don't have any more unique background than I did last time, so they may not. They may be like, no, I already talked to him. Okay. Two of those. Oh, it's right there. And yeah, I just don't. I don't have anybody I've been building with for years, or, you know, a coworker who's into it, but, you know, doesn't understand. And the ones I do are all like me. They're all middle-aged white dudes. Like, I could think there's probably one guy that I could ask, because he's into building the stuff that you get from like Brick Vault, right? So not like making his own models. He does enjoy building, but it's like he likes sourcing the parts and making the really big, expensive models that other people have designed. He really, really enjoys that. I don't know that he's gotten into mocking at all, honestly. I could ask him. We're pretty good friends. But again, that may be nothing that he'd want to do. And the other guy that I did the original audition with, Will, who is a member of our lug, we don't know each other that well. We know each other, you know, because we've been going to meetings with each other for the last 10 or so, 11, 12, 13 years. But not like we live next door to each other, or we went to high school together, or whatever. I'd like to hang out with him more often. So, but that's on me to be like, hey, we should go get a burger or a drink. But I don't think he drinks, so. And then another guy in our group I think would be a good match, but he and his husband probably would be better off going by themselves, because they both build. Alright, so that part's done. Nice little countertop there. So yeah, Andor was Wednesday, and I'm very excited about it. It was it's going to be 12 episodes, like 4 different arcs, or a couple different arcs. I thought they said it was going to be 12 episodes. Maybe it's fewer. Somebody said it was like 3 episode arcs, or maybe it's just 3 arcs and it's 4 episodes each. Either way, it's been very fun. And this last episode was a good transition, and a lot of stuff happened. And I'm loving everything about it. The acting is brilliant. The soundtrack is amazing. The way they handle set pieces and aliens is great. It's a good look at like the state of the galaxy with the, you know, kind of like the mundanity of the Empire, and why the Rebel Alliance was formed. I haven't seen just a clear, trans-clear brick like this in a while. What's up, Brad? How's it going? Thanks for being here. How was your day? How's your week? Do you have this set? Would you like this set? Sam, I am. Let's see, what else is going on? The Hulkbuster set is out. Everybody's up in arms about it. Is this backwards? It's too expensive. It doesn't look like it. It's dumb. He's fat looking. You can't fit a whole Iron Man in there. It's dumb that you can fit a whole Iron Man. It's just like, it's all over the place. Like, I saw the photo and I was like, that's really neat looking. I like it. I probably won't get it because I don't have $550. And it's a... Oh, this is the Noodle House. This is the Downtown Noodle House Creator 3-in-1. Frying pan. Yeah.
I'm really sorry, this must be loud noise.
Okay. The mic probably won't pick it up too bad. There's also a fly in here, so it's not like we're... What's up, Greg? Yeah, it's not even that it's way out of my budget. Like, I could, if I wanted to, I could probably pull in a little savings and get it if I wanted to, but I'm like... Or I could get like 3 of the other sets that I've been waiting to get. Or I could hold on to it and put it in savings. Or, you know, have some Christmas stuff done or whatever. But... Actually, I haven't bought any Lego in like 2 months. Well, and that's the thing. I've been spending on, like, I just spent 170 or whatever it was on lug bulk, so I got all that. I know that project support is going to come up, and I probably spent about 150 on that. So I don't really need more sets. I don't know that I actually want any of the Star Wars sets that are still out there that I haven't got. Like, don't think I need Obi-Wan Starfighter or the Justifier. I just need Cad Bane. I don't really think I want anything. I kind of want the Office. Oh, the Holiday Street. I think I'm probably going to get that and the Advent Calendar. So, if I can find those, I will get those. Yeah, the Lighthouse is, I mean, the Lighthouse is really good, but again, I don't have that kind of money. Bowser is very cool. Bowser is a very cool set, too. I almost feel like the Bowser set and the Hulkbuster set are similar. You know, like they've got the similar feel to them. Like you could build both of them. Except the Hulkbuster's like 20 inches tall. It's huge. Is it as big as... I don't think it's as big as Voltron, but it might be. Yeah, I got the old Lighthouse. One of the guys at work was giving away some sets, so I got the old Lighthouse. It has a light up brick in it. So that'll be fun. And this is another 3-in-1, but I'll probably just end up building the lighthouse. The thing is, I love lighthouses. I have pictures of lighthouses all in my house. All in my house, in one bathroom, but I do like them. So I'm going to put this together and put this in the bathroom. I think that'll be fun. And my wife goes, wait, what? I missed out on all of these so far. Oh, $300 in VIP points. That's amazing. Broom and a wrench. Yeah, I don't know if you missed earlier, Brad, but I got an email back from Lego, and I am not going to get that second interview. So that's the end of the road for me for that. And I am a little sad, but I'm also a little relieved that I don't have to figure out how to live in a different country. So no big deal. Yeah, the Optimus Prime set was really cool too. That's a fun one. I just sat there and transformed him like 5 times right away. And I think that's what you do with a Transformers. Like as soon as you get them, you transform them like a bunch of times and then they sit. Like, yep, I'm all done. Yeah, it's, thank you. I kind of sat there staring at it because I sent a follow-up. I hadn't heard for a while, so I was like, well, I'll send a follow-up and just say, hey, thanks again for the interview. I was just reminding you that I applied on this date and was wondering if there's any update on this. And I got like an email like the next day or pretty much the end of that day saying, thank you, we're going with someone else. I'm like, okay. And then they said, but, you know, continue to keep your CV or whatever on file with us. I'm like, it's not going to change. If you don't hire me now, it's not going to change in the next time this posting comes up. But maybe their opinion of me will. I don't know. But I'm not getting any younger, so I don't know if anything's going to be any different. So y'all are stuck with me for a while. Me and my my dumb little microfighters. Oh, I need to part out the mobile tack pod. I did a poll on that and everybody wanted that one, so I was like, okay, well, I'll do that. And then I completely spaced it and did not part it out. That's something that we could do after this, because I have a feeling this is going to be done in like 10 minutes. I don't have much else to build. We got this 4+ city set with the truck and the helicopter, and then, which I might just hang on to. I got a couple other 3-in-1s, alligator and something else. I have the Airshim set, which I kind of wasn't really looking forward to building. It looked kind of whatever. Might just hang on to those and maybe resell them at some point. Cool. Yeah, I love seeing Halloween mocks. I love that people do that. Like, that's their decoration. I didn't put up any decorations this year, but I'm like, is there any way I can have my costume shop that I made outside? Oh, by the way, we're doing stickers. This is one set where I feel like stickers are going to be done. Because I realize that the stickers that have come out in the last few years are a lot easier to get off. Than they have been in previous years, so why not? Let's have some fun. Okay, like that. I love it. Yeah, so yesterday was kind of a hard Lego day for me. Didn't get the job, didn't get like a bunch of people ordering the instructions like right off the bat, which I don't know why I expected that, but it just sort of was like every time I would post about it, I'd be like, all right, it's almost done, I got this, and everyone's like, I can't wait, put it up, blah, 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 and then you do it and like nothing happens. You're like, oh, well, okay. And then I come in here wanting to like blow off steam and sort or build, and like it's just a nightmare mess in here. I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to clean up before I do anything. So I just would putter around and occasionally put a piece away or something, and just you get those days, right, where you're just like, I don't care. I just don't care. I'm just gonna go play Battlefront and be quiet for whatever. I'm gonna put this sticker on first. I say put it on last, but I don't like that. So speaking of Halloween, we usually have a friend who does Halloween parties. Look at that placement. Look how good that is. Who has Halloween parties every year, and we're really looking forward to it this year. But then we remembered that we have a concert to go to in San Antonio. We're going to go see Elton John. And we'd kind of forgotten that we got tickets, because we got tickets like almost a year ago. And with Beth having surgery and whatnot, I was like, do you still want to... Oh, that's a lot of pieces left over. A whole bowl. Wow, got a whole bowl. Of course there's pieces left over. It's a creator set. I was like, are you going to be able to go with your upcoming surgery? And, you know, are you going to feel okay enough to, like, be in a car for 2 hours and then sit for a 3-hour concert and then drive 2 hours home? And now we're going to make, like, a day trip of it, so we're going to be out, like, all day. And she's like, for Elton John? Yeah. I'm like, okay. So that's something we're looking forward to. And that's at the end of the month, 29th. Yeah, I like Elton John a lot too. I don't know like a lot of his newer poppier stuff, other than like whatever came out in the 80s. That's weird, just a bag of... I feel like I'm ordering tofu. And I'm not like deep dive on his albums, but you know, I know a good amount of his stuff because I like musicians that are like piano player singers. Elton, Billy Joel, Ben Folds, that kind of stuff. I always like those types. All right, we have chopsticks. We have a lady. Hair. We have... Oh. She's got a little earbud thing going on there. This is a modern set, yo. She's got her Bluetooth headset in there. It's an interesting print. I don't think I've ever seen that. And you got to have her hair showing it, so it's got to be... Has legs somewhere around here. There we go. And her chopsticks. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. One of your drawers fell. One of your sorted drawers. Oof. I'm waiting for that to happen. Like I've got a lot of stuff that's like those big white drawers, right? The big white Sterilites or whatever. And one of them's like leaning pretty bad because the underside thing is kind of crushed. And I just know one of these days it's gonna... And that's like... It's like a... You know, big base plates and stuff. So it's not like it's a huge deal. But a couple of them are like a giant amount of 1x2 bricks. That is not going to be fun when that happens. I just need to get more shelves. I'm so backed up on sorting and organizing. And it's getting worse because you get into that mindset of, well, in order to sort this big bin of stuff, I need to sort this. In order to do that, I need to figure out where it's all going to go. And I know where it's going, and I know those drawers are full, so I need to move them to other drawers. I need to swap some out. Well, in order to do that, I need to get more space or more storage units. Well, in order to do that, I need to make room for more storage units. Well, in order to do that, I should probably clean up this area first. Well, in order to clean up that area, I really need to start sorting all this and get rid of it. You're just like, oh, I'm going to go play video games, you know. So I've got like pockets of stuff around that need to be sorted, and it's not getting any better, and I don't know when. And I keep thinking I'm going to have one of these weekends where all I do is sort. And I'm kind of worried that that's going to happen, because I feel like there's going to be a sea change or something. It's just going to be a paradigm shift. Like I'm going to be moving furniture more than anything. And in the end of the day, you're just kind of like, I just want to build. But you're like, I can't really build unless I get all this stuff done. So get it done, and then you can build. And come up with, you know, do your own mocks and whatever. Think of selling most of things, mostly minifigs. I have so many, and I don't. I'm like, you and I are pretty similar in that regard. I've got not a ton of minifigs. Maybe, I don't even want to count how many minifigs, but like, you know, a drawer like this kind of just full. And that's exactly why I don't want to do it. Because I'm like, ugh, then I have to go to the post office, and then there's, you know, I have to buy materials. I am going to try to figure out how to sell all this architecture. And I feel bad. Like, I feel like I should wait like a month out of mourning before I try to start doing that. Because I'm like, God, this is a lot of stuff. And he gave it away, and then I turn around and try to sell it. But I'm like, well, but he didn't want it. I don't know. And I don't know where to sell that. Like, I'm kind of toying with the idea of doing Whatnot, like some live Whatnot things. But I was talking to Jeff McElwee about it, and he started doing that stuff like early when Whatnot started. And he was selling a lot of his collectibles, and then he started selling some Lego stuff. And I think he sold some of like Kevin Hinkle's stuff. And I talked to him. I was like, how was your experience with that? He's like, early on, it was great. I was pulling down like, you know, $3,000 a month or something like that just on selling. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. He's like, but then like the big, and try to stop saying like so much. I heard that coming out of my own head, and it frustrated me. He said that when the big named YouTube people started getting involved, that it really drove out a lot of the little guys. So the average person just going on there and trying to do that, he said that it dropped from a couple grand a month to roughly 500. And he said it hasn't picked back up at all. So Brick Fair, bought some to Brick Fair PA, but didn't sell much of the yard sale. The convention yard sale because most conventions will have that right at the beginning kind of thing, or at some point where all the AFOLs get together and say, I've got this for sale, but I'm not a vendor, but I brought it for sale. We did that at Brick Rodeo too, I think. Wasn't really sure. And the problem with some of the big YouTubers is they're also, I wouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them are RFLMers, and I'm gonna be very careful about this because I am an ambassador and I can't really say certain things, but an RFLMer can't sell what they're given by Lego. So the problem is they use it to monetize their channel. They take the monetization and then they buy their own stuff, and then that they can sell or they can flip or they can do whatever. But I always felt a little dirty, you know, trying to monetize something, and where, you know, what's the gray area, what can't you do, and but it's like anywhere else. It's, you know, if you're not a major player, then you're going to get whatever is kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It sucks trying to be a little guy when you're trying to do stuff like that. Well, and I don't know. That's the thing. You can't sell the sets, but yeah, like I don't. There was a guy with the New Zealand lug. I forget his name, but he's relatively famous in terms of like YouTubers and whatnot. And he's a really nice guy. I was on the stream with him once. God, what's his name? It's escaping me now. I haven't actually seen him online in a while, but I don't know if it's because I'm not looking or what. But he started the lug in New Zealand and finally had to kind of bow out because for multiple reasons, but one of the reasons being people were accusing him of basically stealing from the support that Lego was sending the lug. And he was like, I'm not. That's not how this works at all. And why would I do that? You know, the lug actually sends... I'm not going to say that. They take care of their ambassadors, and there's no reason for you to do that. The whole reason you probably got into being an ambassador in the first place is because you really like building and you have a group that you're already involved in, and you don't need more stuff. I have access, like I keep an inventory of all the stuff that Lego sends the lug. Nobody else has access to that. Nobody knows if I'm going to take half of this stuff and keep it for myself. Nobody knows that. I'm the only one keeping the inventory. If we were smart, and I think we should do this, there should be like an independent, like part of the board keeps an inventory of stuff. But you know, that's neither here nor there. But because I think everybody's kind of aware that I don't need all this stuff. I get my own stuff, and it's an honor system. But, you know, people were accusing him of not being honorable with it, so he's like, all right, well, I'm out. It kind of sucked. It's funny too because on the discussion on the LAN, there's been a discussion about like what people can or can't do with the lug bulk that they get, and it has always been you can't sell it. Fine, but then they're like you can't also be paid displaying something that you've built using lug bulk, and everyone went, whoa, like that seemed like it was kind of a new rule. And everyone's like, so you're saying that if I got, you know, my lug gets a lot of lug bulk, and we all use it in our own ways, and we have a convention where all of us go and we use some of those parts to, you know, it's like the convention's fine, but what if somebody approaches us and says, we'd like you to display this and we're going to pay you, you know, whatever, parking, meals, access to the event, whatever it takes, or monetary, like here's a couple $100 or whatever. That's wrong because you've taken lug bulk and you've used it for profit. And it's like, well, but a lot of the money that we get for that goes to our lug. Like it goes into the lug bank account so we can do things like buy pizza for events and things like that. So everyone was kind of like, whoa, you know, and we were getting really granular with it. And I think a lot of the other ambassadors were like, stop thinking about it so much. It's not that granular at all. It's like, you say that. And somebody's like, what do you think somebody's going to show up and say, yeah, this was in a, you know, shadow representative from Lego who shows up saying that this was in such and such, shipment of lug bulk 2 years ago, and you can't use this here. And all of us were like, that's exactly what we think. We don't know. We don't want to get in trouble. We want to do right by the group that's being so nice to us. We just want to make sure we're playing by the rules. So it's kind of funny. That's pretty so far. You can see all this little apartment upstairs kind of thing going on there. I think they know that average lugs are built of, average tier 1 lugs are between, 20 and 40 active people, right? They know that they're going to take their bulk orders every time. They're going to use them to make these big displays at conventions. They know that. It's more rare to get a handful of members of the lug to know ahead of time that they're going to be paid to do some event, and they will order from Lego to get bricks for that event. And it's like, it doesn't even work like that. It's such a time dilation thing that there's no way you can plan for that. It's a year in advance, right? I know that we've got something coming up maybe in January where somebody's asked us to display some stuff. They'll probably pay us for it. But there's no way we could, we got word of this early in October, right? We'd already received lug bulk. The next round starts at the end of the month. We won't even know what the parts are until then. So it's not like we can plan for that kind of stuff. But everybody's using that to build their own thing. So what's up, Mayo? Can't stay on the bus. I'm loving that you're calling, or that you're joining from I'm in class, I'm on the bus, I'm walking back, I'm on campus. I really appreciate the pop-ins. You just keep that up, and I hope you're doing well in school. I hope my kid's doing well in school too, man. He's not doing great right now. These need to be flipped. He had a couple weeks where he was really enjoying the college life, but now he's failing his classes. And me and his moms are like, you know what? Maybe less of the college life and more of the studying. Oh, yeah, I had heard about that. That was a big thing because we all got, everybody got 5 of those figures. And between 1 and 5 because we all wanted some. And then there was a guy in our group who got that was most of his order. But he's the guy also who buys everything with the express intent of then providing it to the lug for seed parts for building challenges. So later on we each got an orange figure and some parts too, right? So he's not doing it really for himself. He's doing it kind of to have as part of the group. But in that process, I think we'd heard about that. Either we had heard about it or I heard about it on the LAN later. Man, those orange spacemen were a thing. The orange spacemen, it's always the animals, the bunnies, the goats, the hedgehogs. Lamp in there. Oops. Economy of space. Oh yeah, we've got we've got a thing going on right now, and I guess it's okay to talk about. I'm not gonna name names or anything, but we've got a few people in our lug, and a handful of them have been doing it for years, but they've kind of stopped doing it, where they would use their spouse to buy more of something. So if there was a lug bulk, they would use their spouse's name to get more. And I'm like, I'm already spending almost $300 on this. I cannot spend $600. That's just kind of dumb. So this year we're kind of cracking down because we've got people who aren't coming to meetings and they're like, yeah, I'd like to be part of the lug bulk. It's like, nope. we're going to start doing this, you know, on kind of cracking down. You've been to one meeting and you went to Brick Rodeo, but I mean, you didn't go to help or anything. You just went as an attendee. You know, you can't be part of it. You have to have, it's in our bylaws. You got to be here. You got to participate in at least 3 of something. So there's a couple spouses that I know are active. Like, they've been to some stuff and I know who they are, but I'm like, they don't go to meetings, man. They go to the big events and that's it. And they kind of go because their spouse is there. So I don't know. Will said he'd deal with it, so I'm like, all right. Little couch. And I guess a TV. An old TV. I'm thinking new TVs would be 6'9". Same, yeah. You have to be within, since the last lug bulk, you have to have been to 3 meetings. I think it's since the last lug bulk or in the last calendar year, which kind of runs about a year. So we start in January kind of thing. So, but you will, we've had people who have not, and they tried, and we go, you weren't at any meetings this year, or you were at one meeting this year, and it was in February, and now it's October, and we haven't seen you in 9 months. You know, the tricky part about that is it's somebody who may have been really active previously, and it's like, okay, well, but you've kind of dropped off the face of the earth. Go to some more meetings next year. You can be involved then. And I had to tell one guy that. I'm like, I can't have you on this. I'm sorry. And he's like, no, that's all right. Nobody's really like pitched a fit about it. So, this is whack. I got a text here. Hang on a sec. I want to make sure it's nothing important. Sometimes I get a text from my boss or something. The ladies are in Boston right now, and they're at a Bruins Ducks game, and I'm like super jealous. I'm out walking their dog, and they send me a thing that's like, they're like, guess where we are? And I'm like, are you in Boston? Because you're at the Fleet Center. And they're like, yeah, look at the sign behind us. I'm like, no, I know. You're at the Fleet Center, or whatever it's called now. I'm like, yeah, we're here to see a game. I'm like, man, really? It was kind of cute because they said they were here because of me, because I'm the hockey fan. Like, well, Boston is my second favorite team, so I'm glad you're there. Sticker. Oh, neat. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like chopsticks. And these things. It's a sign that it's a bucket of noodles. I get it now. Super cute. Yeah, we try to rotate Saturdays and Sundays. So if you work on one of those days, you can come to. So we've got 6 of one, 6 of another. Actually, more like 5 of one, 6 of another, or more like 5 of one, 5 of another. June doesn't have a meeting because there's usually Brick Rodeo. June or July we'll skip because of Brick Rodeo. And then the holiday party in December, there's no meeting because either people aren't available for a meeting close to Christmas or we've gone to the holiday party. So I'm purposely dragging this build out. All right. So yeah, we try to make sure everybody can go. We rotate locations in case people don't want to go downtown. They can go up north a little bit. We have a meeting at the Bricks and Minifigs because the guy up there said, yeah, you can have it here. You know, I've been trying to get you guys to have it here for a while. And we're like, sweet, well, we'll be there. Problem is, if we get more than about 20 people in there, the back room where we meet starts to get a little crowded. So we've been looking for another place to meet, but the only other place is another location that is a guy who's in our lug, who he's on here every once in a while, and the space he has is really nice. He works for like I think it's a real estate tech company kind of thing, but he so their space is really nice. And, you know, it opens up to like big conference rooms or little conference rooms or sections off. And the only downside is that he has to be there. So if he's not available, we don't have the meeting there. So I'm kind of like, well, that really limits, you know, if like we plan it and then you suddenly can't be there for some reason, we can't go. Like you can't hand out the code. So, but other than that, it's a great space. Yeah, I try to get something while I'm there. I don't always, but yeah, it's always good to like have a group of fans there who are kind of big money spenders instead of like the little, you know, you bring your kid over there to kind of shut them up for a couple hours. And then you walk out with a $15 bag of loose parts or something. It's an easy play date kind of thing. But you bring all of us in there and suddenly it's like, yeah, how much is that UCS Y-Wing behind the counter? I'll take that. All right, so we got that so far. This is how we're looking. It's collapsible, right? So you got the front like that, and then the inside so far. Really cute. And I remind everybody during the meetings, I'm like, now they were nice enough to have us here, so go out and spend some money. Which I think is kind of, like, I don't need to say that at all. They were going to do that anyway, and most of them had probably already been there a couple times that week to spend money. So it all works out. But yeah, I wish the space was just like slightly bigger. And they're like, well, we can like pull some chairs out and like meet in different parts of the place, or we can have it at a different time. Like we can have it after hours or something. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Middle of the afternoon is kind of the sweet spot. Anyway, lug drama. I keep telling Beth that there's lug drama, and she's like, there's drama for Lego? And I have to remind her that that any large group is going to have... I don't think I've ever put something that small together before. That little pinhole in that plant, I don't think I've ever done something that small. That any group of any size is going to have drama of some kind. We had some the other day. I'm not really even going to go into it, but I was like, I cannot believe this is happening. And as the ambassador, I was initially like, well, I guess it's kind of my job to help facilitate resolutions on these. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, no, it's really not. Like, we're all grown-ups. You should, don't passive-aggressively say stuff. Deal with this between you and the person who's being a problem. If you have tried that and it hasn't helped, or you are unable to for some reason, then absolutely we'll talk about it. But, the first time anyone hears about something shouldn't be you bringing it up in a group and not like naming names. It's like, it's counterproductive. I'm not trying to victim blame, but it's counterproductive. And I talked to this person about it, and they're like, no, you're right. I shouldn't have brought everybody into it. And honestly, it's not like we're blood relatives. We don't work together. We see each other once a month. We don't have to like each other. You know, we're together for like 2 hours, and it's usually me talking. And then everybody looks at everybody's stuff, and then we're on, you know, it's kind of a big room. You don't have to deal with whoever the person is, so. And he was very aware of that, so it was kind of, shouldn't even be talking about this, really. It's not my position. Not my place. Not my graveyard, not my zombies. I like seeing little techniques like that. That's pretty nice. Excuse me. So, Beth has shifted her diet to plant-based, meaning vegetarian, basically. Vegan, more than anything. No eggs, no cheese, and just no meat. Like, she contacted a dietitian and talked to her about it, and the dietitian was like, you should try a plant-based diet. And Beth's like, I think I will do that. And she does have some moral issues with eating meat, and that's, you know, that's her prerogative. And I told her that I was not going to follow her in that, but I would be more than willing to try new things and new recipes and whatever. So we're doing a lot of, like, you know, meat substitute crumbles and patties and things like that, ordering from Indian restaurants, halal foods, and it's fine. Like, it's, you know, I did this with the kid's mom when we were married for a while, and then the girl I dated, she was toying with that for a while, so I've been like ancillary in and out with this process for most of my adult life. But I forget how bloated you get eating this stuff. My goodness, look at all those extra parts. Not even like extra, like you're going to use these in the next build kind of way. Just a lot of extra little 1x1s and stuff. So we are doing well to, like, it's mostly for dinner because we eat together, but like breakfast and lunch we'll kind of deal with ourselves. So I will get my my eggs and bacon or my kolaches, and she'll get her overnight oats or yogurt or whatever. And then for lunch, it's usually leftovers or sandwiches or a Cliff Bar or something. Even like half the time, I don't even eat lunch. I forget, and about 2 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I should probably eat something, and then have a banana. So, like tonight was we did tacos. Well, tacos. I did a tostada because we're doing corn tortillas. And corn tortillas are good for two things: falling apart and not tasting of anything, right? So corn tortillas are basically a vehicle to get the food into your mouth. And if they fall apart, they can't even complete that job. So I tried toasting them because a lot of people don't realize that just the corn tortillas you get at the store, you have to cook them. You have to put them over a fire or a skillet or something and cook them, right? You have to crisp them or hit some flame or something. Otherwise, you're just eating raw cornmeal that's been pressed. It's kind of cooked, but you need to cook it. So I thought I'd be cool and try to like get a thing where had some tin foil sloped in waves, and I could lay the corn tortillas down and like make tacos shells out of them. But every time I would do that, I would break the tortilla, and I'm like, okay, I can't do that. So I was like, I'll just heat them up on the skillet. And I just had a tostada. But, you know, then you cover the whole thing with like black beans and not street corn, but like toasted corn and salsa and avocado and onions. And I had some shredded cheese. She didn't have any. You could put like cotija cheese on it. I think I'm saying that right. God forbid somebody in the world says something that's, you know, not God forbid, but I don't want to be the British Bake Off where they've mangled like all Latin American food items apparently. But it was pretty good. I forget that it makes you incredibly gassy when you eat Morningstar or Impossible Burgers or whatever, because you're just eating concentrated vegetables. That's all you're eating. Your body still has to process it. So Beth and I are just killing each other in bed at night. She said the other day, she goes, I am so full of farts right now. Which I just thought was the funniest thing ever. Full of farts. Which is much funnier than I'm gassy. Full of farts. Yeah. Super compressed cauliflower will do that to you. And it's a good excuse to eat Indian food, which we don't get enough of. I love me some curry and some naan. Had a saag masala the other day. It was delicious. Just a spinach cream thing with chicken and rice, jasmine rice. It was so good. This is the kind of stuff I even today can't get the math on. Like doing like these upside down or snot built doors and stuff. I would struggle with that for minutes, I tell you. Yeah, plus I'm drinking a beer right now, so I mean it's just I needed to put PJs on. I'm sitting here in my jeans, and it's just a struggle to not like just pop my fly open and be like, well, this is demonetized immediately. Oh, you know what I started watching the other day that I need to go back to is that Cyberpunk cartoon on Netflix. It looked cool. Like, I liked the first few minutes that I watched. I could only watch a few minutes. But I was looking for new things to watch, and that looked pretty cool. It feels kind of YA, though. It feels a little bit like wish fulfillment anime. I don't know if that's... you know, like, let's celebrate and idolize the downtrodden emo kid kind of aesthetic to anime. It's not even the mental health downtrodden like Evangelion. It's just, aren't I cool? I'm mopey. And you're like, ugh, stop it, freaking teenager. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I need a new show for Thursday morning. No more She-Hulk. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I don't know what I ended up watching this morning. Like an episode of... I watched Hot Ones. I usually watch... You know, there's a handful of things that I try to watch. My shows that... The YouTube shows that cover the shows that I had just watched. So, like, I was waiting for Screen Crush to do their review of Andor. Which took, like, forever for it to come out. I don't even know if it came out today. It would have been yesterday. Because I'll wake up like super early in the morning and watch Andor or Lord of the Rings or whatever, and then like immediately go to YouTube and wait for like the reaction videos to come out. I'm like, I know they're not, you know, some of them might be up at 2 a.m. watching this, but they still need time to make the video. I'm like, no, now. Instant gratification. And then Friday too, because Lord of the Rings is done, or Rings of Power is done. I'm behind on Lower Decks, so I'll probably watch that. I am kind of excited about maybe trying a new show, so we'll see. Yeah, Andor is so good. This last episode, man, the music was just perfect. Like, I'd never heard anything like that from Star Wars before. It was so good. I am loving the Imperial lady and her. I'm just so excited for her arc. I'm hoping she gets the "I told you so" kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, and House of Dragons will be done. That's when I'll start. There's going to be a new Prime show called Peripheral, or Periphery, that's got the woman from Kick-Ass in it, and which I forget her name, but it looks cool. It looks kind of like darkish Ready Player One thing going on. Yeah, Coruscant's cool. I like seeing not, the Jedi Temple, Coruscant. The Senate building, Coruscant. Oh, and the actress who's playing Mon Mothma. Oh, she's so amazing. That scene with her and her friend in the apartment during the party. Brilliant. Tales of the Jedi, I heard, was like, this is like, people who've seen it early are saying it's not all that. It's kind of boring, and I was very excited that they were calling it Tales of the Jedi, and it's because I'm an old dude who used to read the Tales of the Jedi Dark Horse comics back in the day, and it was stories, or a story, like I think there were 3 different arcs. There was the Frida Nad uprising, there was the Ulic Qel-Drama stuff, there was the Exar Kun stuff. And that was all great because it was thousands of years ago, right? It had nothing to do with the Skywalkers. It didn't have anything to do with the Emperor, Darth Vader, Anakin Skywalker, or anything like that. It was all old stuff. They could do whatever they wanted to. It was like Knights of the Republic, Knights of the Old Republic before the Knights of the Old Republic. And it was really great. Like, the ship designs were great. There was an alien Jedi mentor that looked like a Triceratops, like just wild. So when I heard Tales of the Jedi, I was like, are they really? And then I found out what it was. It's like, oh, it's like Clone Wars 0.5 or something. And I'm like, do we really need to see the backstory of Count Dooku? Really? Okay. So I'm not terribly excited. I was more excited about Visions, and I liked Visions. I think Visions getting a second season is great. Yeah, more just different. And it doesn't even need to be Jedi. Tales of the Jedi, I get it. But do something not in these 30 years. I like her. I didn't think I was gonna like her. She was terrible when we all first met her. And they really turned that around pretty quick. This is a great little set. Yeah. Yeah, she's the biggest character in Star Wars. I mean, for the people who are like fans of everything outside of the movies, she's literally the biggest character there is. I mean, I know Mandalorian was huge, but he's only got 2 seasons of his own show. He's not been in other things, like you said. The High Republic stuff is pretty cool. I don't know that they could turn it into a show. I don't know if they're trying to at some point. Technically, she has been in a movie. She was in the Clone Wars movie. That's a movie. I know it was like episode 1 and 1.2 or episode 0 of the Clone Wars show, but that was technically a theatrical release. So she was in a movie. But I get what you're saying. She hasn't been in one of the major, one of the 9, 10, 11. I guess that's it. Am I missing something? The 3, then Solo, then Rogue One. I mean, holiday special. That's not really a movie. Made for TV movie. Were the Endor ones technically movies? They were, weren't they? I guess I heard somewhere that there's technically 15 movies. Oh, that's adorable. I love that. I love that look. Oh, look at these great pieces. Look at those. I haven't seen these. So our last logbook order had these things, right? These 1x1. They're Lego calls them plates. Plate with bow or something like that. And they had 1x4s of them in tan, so we got a ton of them. But now we've got this like corner thing. That's really great. Yeah, I remember. Okay, technically, I think there were 2 Ewok movies. We have the 9 trilogies. Then you've got Solo. Then you've got Rogue One. Then you've got Clone Wars. 2 Ewok movies. I don't think a holiday special counts as a movie. God, I'm trying to think of what else was there. Somebody said 15 the other day, and I was like, there's not 15. Oh, they do? Nice. I might have to go get some. I do that. Like, I'll get a cup full of these things and then never use them for anything. Tree. Time for a tree. Kenobi was going to be a movie, and then it wasn't. And then it absolutely wasn't. God, I'm blanking. I really thought that there were... Maybe it's 13. And I was all up in arms about that. I thought of starting over with the Marvel Cinematic Universe too, like going back to Iron Man. I've done that once before when Captain Marvel was going to come out. I was like, all right, I am going to go back and watch everything in preparation for this. And that took forever. It took like a month. I mean, because at that point it was 22 movies, and now there's like 27 and 5 TV shows. I don't think that's doable anymore. Like within a couple months, even. I might try to watch the new Hellraiser thing, because I'm a Hellraiser fan. I'm a Clive Barker fan, but I like Hellraiser. Which is weird because I don't necessarily like that kind of horror, but I always thought it was kind of a cool idea. I when I went to see Event Horizon, which turned into Space Hellraiser, I was really kind of bent out of shape because I was thinking that it was going to be a sci-fi movie, and it looked like a really cool idea for a sci-fi movie. And then when I watched it, I didn't know what I was going to expect. They're like, this ship's been missing for 60 years or whatever it was, and it's just now reappeared on the edge of our system, and we're gonna go check it out. I'm like, oh, the mystery, let's go see what happened. I didn't even put two and two together that it was going to be a ship from hell or something. And then when it actually happened, I'm like, this is the dumbest, you know, I got really kind of bent out of shape because it wasn't sci-fi anymore. So. See, Hellraiser's okay. Like, the first movie's fine. After that, it was kind of diminishing returns. It just got kind of weirdly dark for no reason, and a little goofy and a little over the top. And then it's a lot of torment porn and things like body mod stuff. But I like the core idea of the Cenobites and that kind of thing. And I think the execution just didn't live up to my idea of it. However, what it did do was turn me on to Clive Barker as a writer. And I went and found all his novels. And those are amazing. Like, his fantasy is so far beyond anything I could even conceive, and just broke my brain every time I would read it. It was so fun. And that's my recommendation to anybody who wants to get into a certain author. I say Imagica by Clive Barker. Just trust me. Just go in not knowing anything about like horror fantasy or like really weird cerebral fantasy, kind of bend your brain kind of stuff. It's amazing. Like, Weave World's really good. Great and Secret Show stuff is a little, not heavy-handed, but it's a little like self-aware, but still very creative. So yeah, I always recommend that. But yeah, movie-wise, I'm kind of like, really? This is the same guy who does all the books that I like? All right, well, this is about done, so I think I'm just going to do the half hour. Give myself some time to actually get some sleep tonight. Go figure out how to degas myself. Oh, I feel like if I just untied my belly button, I'd be fine. Just fly around the room backwards for a couple minutes. Oh, cool. I don't even know what that is, but I love the look of it. A little vending machine. Or a fridge. Well, here's hoping that something happens with the stadium. Again, it's up on Rebrickable. The instructions are available if you'd like a copy. The instructions themselves are only $10. The set itself will probably run you $1,000 if you already have the pieces. And nothing you can do about it. It's a 4,500 piece set, so it's going to be slightly expensive. There's something very comforting about a street lamp with that sign on it. It's kind of Sesame Street-ish. One person's ordered the instructions so far. So yay for that. And I didn't expect like a rush, but I also didn't expect one person. So we'll see. Somebody said that they had a friend either with the Austin Football Club or the San Antonio Football Club that said they were going to build it. Like a person who worked with the club. I was like, really? That's cool. And then another person said they might be able to get a hold of somebody at Q2. So, all right. Well, there's your dog. This cute little wiener dog looking thing. Well, and here's the thing too. Like, you don't have to order. So somebody like you or me, or somebody with a lot of parts, could get away with maybe order. You might only need half. That's the thing about Rebrickable. Put in, you know, if there was a way to register the sets that you've got. Where's the model I've built? It's right back there. Do you want to see it? Or do you mean the instructions? So we've got the bike. And we've got the person. And we've got the dude serving behind the counter there. And then we've got a little dog. So there you go. There's your noodle shop. It's very cute. I'm gonna put the dude back here. He's gonna make you some noodles. He's happy to make you some noodles. Do you want udon? Do you want, I don't know, egg? Do you want rice noodles? What do you want? She's gonna sit. She's gonna sit right here and eat some noodles. Oh, it's not on display. It's over here. I'll go grab it. I meant to put a sticker on the roof, but see, this is the only thing. There's not another person to man this little bike thing. It's just, I just parked back here. Ah, bird. So there's the back of it. We'll park this guy back here for now. So yeah, that's cool. And then it collapses. And it's super cute either way. Got a little open Technic bricks right in here. So maybe you could make another one of these things. These sections, right? To make it a little more... That's pretty cute, actually. The door's open for all that stuff. And that's cute too, the way that this opens up. I love it. Come up on the roof, hang out with the bird, tend to your bonsai tree. All right, let me go grab the thing real quick. It's pretty mobile. I've already dropped this once. I was trying to lower it into a box, and because it's 3 pieces, I was trying to hold it without, and then like, I don't know, it like went like this and collapsed in on itself. And so Beth came home from an eyelash appointment. She was getting her eyelashes done, and she's walks in and is like, "How do you like my eyelashes?" I'm like, "Do you see what I'm sitting in right now?" All right, so this is the stadium. It wasn't too bad. Like, the good part of having worked in the digital, and the digital for 9 months and then the physical for about, I don't know, 3 months, is like, I know how everything goes together, right? So yeah, so it looks, a lot of it's hidden by the roof. I'm gonna maybe get some tiles, some inverted tiles to cover up the kind of the noisy section right here. But yeah, so that's the front. This is the front gate, or this is one of the front gates. This is the Zebra gate. Zebra is a security company, I think, that is partnered with Austin FC. And then this is the sports bar up here. This is the gift shop, the Verde shop. So that's the entrance to the bar, this little door right there. These areas right here are a bunch of different like outdoor places to get beer and food. And this is the Captain Morgan Club right here that you can get in from this other side. And over here is like a sloping bit of grass that goes out to a amphitheater. So that's not included in this. Like a lot of the outside sidewalk stuff, which is very nice and pretty, is not included. So then there's more stuff over here to get food and whatnot. And there's a couple little what's the word I'm looking for? Shipping containers that have restaurants in them. So like Valencia's or Valentino's barbecue, and then there's like a Dos Equis place, and then this is just a little pavilion that you can sit in. And then each one of these different colored bricks down here is a different little place to get food. And then the gates to get into the access to the seats. And then over here is the other gate, southwest gate, and these are just like kind of office building things where admin people are. And then under here, I'm going to take this apart real quick so you can kind of see it. So this is the roof, and I've got 2 stickers to go here that say Q2 on them. They're a little smaller than I wanted, but I think it'll work regardless. So, and this should just come right off. I say that, and something's gonna fall completely apart. So these are sitting on here with just jumper plates and tiles with holes in them. So that's your roof section with like the lighting gantry. But you see these tiles, right? They just sit on these. And it's pretty stable once it's on there. These seem like really wobbly, but it's very stable. I need a place to put this. Okay. Just got a shot of my big old butt there. So, yeah, it's a little neater to see like all the seats without the roof, but I mean the roof is kind of part of it. So up here is one of the clubhouses, and this all comes off in sections. So I still need to order a few parts. I want to like talk to people about this and say there's some parts you don't need. Like if you wanted to put it together, there's some parts you absolutely do not need. But these all come off in sections, just like the old Trafford, because that's how they were put together. And I think I just wrecked that. There's so much cat hair on this. Stupid cat. So like this is the sports bar up here, or some more clubhouses for the sports bar. And that's the sports bar here. This is a lenticular sign, so it's got the shield, the logo, the team logo, and then on, you look at it one way and it's green, you look at the other way, it's the black logo on green, the green logo on black. So that's all in there. And then this side is the south end. This is the supporter section, and I'm going to get some stickers here that say ATX, because the seats form the letters ATX, but the dimensions I have for this don't work as well. So, but this is just like a concourse. It's got bathrooms and offices, but you can see the different colored bricks in there for all the different shops. And then here's this side. If you take this off, the seat section here, you can see, just little doors on the way ins to all the other places. I need to fix this. I think this needs to be all light gray. I was looking at it when I was walking down the concourse the other day. I didn't realize that, so that needs to kind of change. But yeah, so there's that. And these all come off pretty easily. And then this side is what I wanted to show you. So this is the outside where all the stairwells are. I'm particularly proud of these little stairwells. Those are pretty cool. And then down there is the Lexus Club. And you can kind of see when you're looking through the seats, like some windows in there for the Lexus Club in there. This seat section gets a little droopy. I need to fix that somehow. Not now because I'm gonna probably break it, but yeah, so it came together pretty nice. The The instructions were a real pain in the butt because I had to figure out how to do giant subgroups of subgroups of subgroups and make it work to where you finish, you know, this is one section and then you work on this, but there's subgroups of different builds in there. And then when you're done with that, attach it here, right? And then move to this thing, which you build and build and build, and then it attaches here, right? So it has to show it attaching every time. So, whoopsie. But yeah, like if you look inside these things, there's going to be a lot of parts. And these seat sections are basic kind of rip off from the old Trafford set, where it's just clips and the clips attach, right? And then they just kind of hang, so you're not worried about it. You know, you just have to kind of play with your angles like that. But you can see in there, it's all different colored brick, and it doesn't have to be those colors. The only thing that has to be the colors are the things that are on the outside that you see. That's it, right? So if you don't want to buy a ton of black 2x6s, you can get red, you can get whatever Technicolor things you want, whatever's cheapest. But that's hard to say in instructions in Bricklink without like also typing in a ton of text, you know. So I tried typing some in the Bricklink or the brick Rebrickable thing, saying go through the instructions, look at what parts you need for the specific colors. You may not need those exact parts in those exact colors, so do what you can. This one never wants to go in. This one does, so I'm not going to worry about that yet. It's like if I lower this just slightly, it'll go in. Oh God, I hate Technic pins. I hate them so much. So the original set, the old Trafford, which is the bottom is based on, instead of Technic pins right here, it's axles. It's the pin with the axle in it. So these just slide together. They don't clip. But so if this was it, like just like this, I would have just left it, right? I would have put axles in there so you can kind of take it apart as you want. But because the roof fits on it, I don't want it sliding apart. Because if it slides apart, it'll take the roof with it. So I didn't want that. This is always fun, figuring out how to get all this on here. This is also hard to tell in instructions how to do this. But this ships pretty well, or it moves pretty well. I was able to get it to a lug meeting. And you take it apart and it's 3 sections. And the roof. And it travels just fine. God, this always seems like it's hitting that, and it shouldn't. Oh. Well, sometimes I feel it. There's a place it runs into right here. But whatever. All right. So, thank you. Thanks for being here, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I don't know that I'm going to be here on... I just realized my hair is just shooting out all over the place. On Saturday, I've been not doing well with my Twitch stream stuff, but I think I'll be okay to be here Saturday morning, maybe on Twitch. Sourcing parts for microfighters, designing a microfighter. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see what happens, but I I appreciate you all being here. Have a good rest of your week and a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.